So today I'm here at the range, and I've got a few different loads with me today. None of these are new load developments. These are all loads I've kind of settled on previously, and I'm just testing them to see if they can maintain their consistency and keep sub MOA. Except for my FMJ load, that's just a target load, so as long as it's around like 1.2, 1.5, it's still good to go. So I'm going to be starting out with my Sierra Match King load. I've kind of got like a Sierra versus Sierra, Hornady versus Hornady. I've got the 77 grain Match Kings, and then I've got 65 grain Game Kings, as well as I've got 55 grain FMJ Hornadys, and then 73 grain ELD Hornadys. So, starting with the Match Kings. So far, that's a good looking group. For this next load, going to be the 65 grain Sierra Game Kings. I'll be aiming at the top orange dot. Touching orange. I think these Sierras are shooting real good today. Oh, yeah, dude. That might be a half MOA group. I'd have to go down there and double check. This load is going to be the 55 grain Hornady FMJs, just a regular old target load. Probably not going to be as tight as those first two I shot. And this one's going to be on the right hand side orange dot. Let's see if I can actually put it up in there. It's looking tight so far. That looks, I think 4 out of 5 hit that orange dot with just a 55 grain FMJ. That's really good. Wow, I'm shooting good today. Glad I decided to film. For this last group, 73 grain Hornady ELDs, and I'm going to be aiming at the very bottom orange dot. One more for these ELDs, and these seem to be shooting the worst today. The FMJs actually shot better than these. There's not much steel left to shoot at, but my groups look pretty good. That's has one flyer with these Match Kings right here. That's probably a little over an inch, I'd say. These Game Kings did really well also with one flyer, but still probably a little under an inch. FMJs, that did really good for a target load, and then these ELDs should have done better, but they did not.
What is level?
So in front of me, I've got my Smith & Wesson Bodyguard 2.0 and my dad's Shield 9 Performance Center. And while these aren't directly comparable, they both are carry guns. So I'm going to shoot them back to back and see how they compare. with a gun that isn't mine. That's fine.
Pretty good for a snubby there.
Okay. Well, it took the whole mag, but I finally hit one. So I'm back home and I've got the target, and I'm just going to go in order of the loads I shot, measuring them. So starting out with the Match King load, it's going to be right at 1.04. So you call that an inch group, roughly. If we exclude the flyer, then that tightens up to a little 0.86. One thing I noticed, these Match Kings always shoot kind of in a strip in my gun. They're usually going vertical, but today we went left to right, interestingly enough. So that's And with this charge of tack, that's 22.5 grains of tack, which is still, I think, like 2 grains under max. And being that it's heavy for caliber, I'm probably not getting great velocity with that load. Then when we come up to the Game Kings, these shot really well. Sierra tends to do that. Yeah, just under an inch. You can 9.79, 9.8, whatever you'd like to call that. That is sub-MOA hunting load, so that's good. If we exclude the flyer, then that tightens up to 0.52, which is about half MOA. I'm not calling that a half MOA group, and I don't have a half MOA gun, but I have a gun that is capable of occasionally putting less than 5 bullets in a half MOA group. So come around to the Hornadies. Now these usually are shooting over an inch, like 1.5 inches, and today they shot just over an inch, 1.03. So a little 1-inch group right there with just a target bullet and a less than max charge of powder. So that's a good little group. And then we come down to the ELDs, which these are typically known for shooting really good. They are extreme low drag, as the title implies. But apparently they have extreme low consistency, because today they shot about 1.6, which I've shot those sub-MOA before, so I don't know. Can't complain about the other two, and even the Match King group wasn't too bad, so